Hello and welcome to Public Report. I'm Jackie Cullimer, your host. With us today is Amber Schraufnagel. She is the founder and president of the Open Door Coffeehouse. Our issue is youth and our topic, providing a positive environment for youth. Amber, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Could you tell us about yourself and your position with the Open Door Coffeehouse?
Sure. I am the founder and president of the Open Door Coffeehouse. I have a background in urban ministries and psychology. And I just have a passion for mentorship and for life skills development. And so I also have a passion for coffee. And so we've merged the two together.
So can you tell us about it and its mission?
Our mission is to have a comfortable, safe place to provide free life skills development and mentorship programs to the community. So the Open Door Coffeehouse serves as a coffee house, but all of the profits provide the programming and all of our services to the community for free.
While living in a small city has its benefits, there's also a limited number of things for youth to do. Why did you feel it was important to have someplace safe for them to go to?
I went to high school in Mayville, and I grew up in California. And so moving to a town of 5,000 from a town of 50,000 was huge, and I was able to experience firsthand what it was like to really not have a lot to do in the city that I lived in. And then I moved to college in Minneapolis, and there were just tons of things to do, things to occupy my time, resources, things to volunteer at, things like that. And all of those things helped develop who I am. And my husband and I felt that we were supposed to move back to Mayville, and we realized when we got there that there really wasn't a lot for youth or for young adults or even for ourselves to be able to go and do. And we absolutely love coffee houses. We love the feel of the coffee house. And we also know that our calling, I guess if you want to call it, is mentorship and life skills development, helping people get those skills. And so we decided to merge those two together, create another place for people to come, whether young or old, and a place where people can enjoy themselves, they can grow, we can build a community, but they can also get resources to become better people and more active members of society.
What can be the results when youth do not have safe and positive places to go to?
Well, I saw firsthand while growing up in Mayville through high school, the lack of having things to do can lead to really just trouble, boredom. So people get bored, then they're going to find other things to do, and if there's not really anything to do, they're probably going to get creative, and a lot of times that creativity turns into trouble, getting into trouble, things that they shouldn't be doing, experimenting in ways that they shouldn't. And so what we are trying to do is have a place where people can be productive.
Does this help them to have a greater presence in the local community when they're able to be engaged in positive activities?
One way is that we have multiple youth that volunteer at the coffee house, and we do employ one high schooler as well. So they've been able to build leadership skills there. They're seen by our customers on a regular basis. They see that they're running the coffee house. They're managing money. They're managing, people skills, just different things like that. And our organization, the coffee house, is not just a coffee house. The point to be there is to be a safe and friendly place for people. So even the customer service standards are really high, and they're learning all of those there. Another way that we're able to recognize the youth and have them participate in helping the community is pulling from the high school. So a lot of the artwork in our coffee house is artwork from high schoolers, high school students who created it specifically for the coffee house. And now their artwork is in a public space where people get to see it all the time and see their gifts and their talents. Recently, we're partnering with the high school tech department. They just created a new business. They're building us some menus and some chalkboards, really cool, creative things. And this is a place where they get to do that for us, and now it's going to be displayed all the time, and we can say, these teenagers, these youth, the high schoolers did this. And so those are just a couple ways that we've been able to help them get involved in the community and help the community see that if we help guide the teens, then they will be productive and they will do amazing things.
Do you believe it's important to make the youth visible in the community and then to show them that they are a vital part of it?
I do believe that. A lot of times our experiences, or at least for me, my experience in high school and in middle school and what I did when I was a teenager helped basically form who I am today. And thankfully I had people walking next to me and guiding me. I made mistakes and did dumb things, but I got to experience things like going out of the country on missions trips and helping at a camp with mentally and physically disabled people. And, I got to do these things and experience those things. And those are really important activities and volunteer positions. And that helped create who I am today. And so what students are doing now, what teenagers are doing now is going to help them be who they are going to be in society when they get older.
Why do you offer a place for them to do homework or read or study?
For me, I always struggled doing homework and reading and wanting to do those things on my own. But when I went and visited all the colleges that I was going to, I noticed that there were coffee shops everywhere. And as I went to visit the campuses and the coffee shops, I realized it's because it's a comfortable place to be able to do the things that you have to do. You have to do your homework. You have to get some reading in. You have to study. These are all things you have to do. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't have to be fun or it can't be fun or you can't do it with friends and still be productive during that time. And so what we wanted to do was provide a place where people would want to come and read, do their homework, and study. And so we have about 80 students signed up for this program, and they come with their friends, and they're productive. They're doing their homework, and we have a program called Wired where they get to sign up and they get incentives for the amount of hours that they spend there doing these things. And then we have all of our baristas and our staff that are trained to work, we don't tutor them, but we're trained to encourage them, make sure they're being productive during that time that they're signed in for Wired. And so we're there to encourage them and help them as well, however we can.
Can you talk briefly about some of the programming that has been offered that was directed towards youth or families and how these have helped young people to grow?
For sure, we have the Wired program, and that's an everyday thing. So basically, as long as our hours are open, they can come in and read, study, or do homework. We also have a one-on-one mentorship program where at the beginning of the semester, students can come in and meet with one of our volunteers and set realistic goals for the semester. And so we have a goal-setting program where we'll help them figure out what their goals are and then what the steps are to get those. And then once they reach their goals, they come and they let us know, and then they get incentives for doing that as well. We also have a family night, and we have intentional parenting programs. And those have just created really fun times, even for youth, to come and spend time with their families because their friends' families are coming as well. And so it's great because they're spending time with their family, but they're also getting to still see their friends. So it's still a really cool place to go and get that quality time as well. The intentional parenting program, where we're hitting topics and really practical areas of parenting that will help parents in their day-to-day, everyday interactions with their whether they're small kids or teenagers. And so we have these ongoing programs that are continuously building on each other on the last class or the last program.
How have parents responded to your desire to provide positive activities for their children?
We've had an overwhelming positive response to the programs that we're offering. The two things that we keep getting feedback about is that they just are super excited that they have a place where both they can come as parents, but also their kids and their teenagers can come and they know that they're safe. And then the other aspect is that we provide affordable family time because it's free. And so a family time and also programs for their kids to come, and they don't need to spend money. And And we have families who literally have come to us crying, saying, I can't believe that we are getting these quality programs and that we have resources now that we haven't had for years, and this is what I've been looking for.
How has the coffee house been received by local officials and the police department?
So far, really great. We actually just received an award from the Dodge County Executive Law Enforcement Association. We received the Corporate Citizen of the Year Award, and that was because they've recognized that we match their mission of providing safe places for people to go and for teenagers to go so that they can be productive, so that really people can stay out of trouble and be guided into a positive way and be productive. So we feel like we've been received. We have some of the city officials that frequent our place and check out how things are going, come get our coffee, or they just show up at our programs to support us. So it's been really great.
Have you seen changes as a result of youth being offered a positive place where they feel valued?
We have. As I had talked about before, we have some youth that volunteer there on a regular basis. And when I say regular, I mean they're volunteering every single week, volunteering their time. And I have seen them grow in ways that I'm sure that they wouldn't have if they wouldn't have had this opportunity. Even the social aspect of being shy or quiet, or just people's skills of how to speak to people. Some of those teens have really grown and blossomed, and we have customers who come just to see them. They know they work Thursday evening, and so I wanted to come say hi, and they come on Thursday evening to see that person, And so it's been really cool specifically to see those that we're mentoring as volunteers. And our hope is that the tables will turn, and then they will start to mentor other people.
How have youth responded to what is being offered to them?
They love it. The first thing is that they think it's really cool that they get to hang out at a coffee shop. And I remember going to college thinking, oh, this is so cool, being able to go to a coffee shop. College students do this. And so for high schoolers to be able to have a cool place to go has been very exciting. And then to be able to be recognized for their efforts in doing homework, studying, reading, or working there as a volunteer. They're recognized with incentives as well. Excites them, and so it's been really cool. One of the cool things we had this last year was before some of the dances, instead of them going somewhere where parents didn't know where they were, because if you think about it, dances start at 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and most of them go to dinner at 6 o'clock. So there's 3 hours in between of, what can they be doing, Instead, they all came to the coffee house, multiple groups, and got their coffees, hung out, took pictures there, and we didn't organize it. That was just something that they chose to do. So they're super excited to have a place where they know they can call theirs, basically.
Would you like to see more opportunities available for the youth in the community?
I would, and what's been great is I think a lot of the organizations around town have captured our vision and are excited about it as well. And so we've been able to start partnering with different organizations and the school, and kind of grow more programs and more opportunities for the youth.
Well, thank you very much, Amber.
Thank you.
We've been speaking with Amber Schraufnagel. She is the founder and president of the Open Door Coffeehouse. Our issue has been youth, and our topic, providing a positive environment for youth. Thank you very much for watching Public Report.